Negotiation at its core is a dialogue aimed at reaching an agreement. Yet for many, the very word conjures images of confrontation, a zero sum game where one side's gain is the other's loss. Roger Fisher, along with William Ury and Bruce Patton, challenged this adversarial paradigm with their groundbreaking work, Getting to Yes, Negotiating Agreement Without Giving In. Their principal negotiation approach offers a refreshing and remarkably effective framework, shifting the focus from battling over positions to collaboratively addressing underlying interests, fostering wise outcomes, and preserving relationships. At the heart of Fisher's philosophy are four clear principles. The first, separate the people from the problem. This principle acknowledges that emotions, perceptions, and egos often intertwine with the substantive issues, creating unnecessary friction. A skilled negotiator, according to Fisher, understands that personal attacks and blame only escalate conflict. Instead, they focus on treating the people with respect while rigorously tackling the problem. Consider a family anecdote. An aunt and uncle, usually the picture of marital harmony, once found themselves in a heated argument over vacation plans. The aunt insisted on a beach holiday, while the uncle was set on a mountain retreat. Their positions were entrenched, and the conversation quickly devolved into personal digs about each other's boring or lazy preferences. It wasn't until uncle's and aunt's daughter, observing the escalating tension, gently intervened. Mom, Dad, she said, you both love spending time together as a family, right? And you both need a break from work. Let's figure out how we can get that for everyone without it becoming about who wants what more. By shifting the focus from their rigid desires to their shared underlying interests, which are family time and relaxation, they were able to brainstorm options like a lake house offering both water activities as well as hiking, or even two shorter trips. The argument wasn't about their characters, it was about differing ways to achieve the same goal. The second point is focus on interests, not positions. This principle is perhaps the most transformative. A position is what you say you want, and interest is why you want it. Uncovering underlying interests allows for a far broader range of potential solutions. Often, seemingly opposing positions are rooted in shared or compatible interests. Think of the classic example of two children arguing over an orange. Each insists on having the whole orange. If they focus solely on their positions, which is I want the orange, the most likely outcome is splitting it in half, satisfying neither fully. However, if a parent asks why each child wants the orange, one might reveal they want the fruit for juice and the other needs the peel for baking. Suddenly, a win win solution emerges. One gets the pulp, the other the rind, and both are completely satisfied. This simple scenario powerfully illustrates how moving beyond stated demands to underlying needs can unlock creative, mutually beneficial outcomes. The third is invent options for mutual gain. This principle encourages brainstorming a wide array of possible solutions before committing to anyone. The goal is to expand the pie rather than merely dividing it. Many negotiations falter because parties prematurely narrow their focus to a single perceived solution Missing opportunities for collaborative value creation. In a business, especially pertaining to negotiation, for instance, a software company and a client are haggling over the price of a custom application. The client wants a lower price and the company wants a higher one. Instead of getting stuck in a positional battle over dollars, they could explore options for mutual gain. Perhaps the client could offer a long term contract in exchange for a slightly reduced upfront cost, or the software company could offer tiered features, allowing the client to start with a basic version and upgrade later, aligning with their budget and future needs. They might even consider a revenue sharing model if the application is expected to generate significant income for the client. By generating multiple options, they move beyond a fixed sum mindset to one of shared potential. The fourth point is insist on using objective criteria. When interests are truly opposed or when a fair outcome is paramount, Fisher advocates for basing the agreement on objective standards, independent of either party's will. This removes subjective bias and power dynamics from the negotiation, fostering a sense of fairness and legitimacy. Imagine two neighbors disputing the boundary of their property. Instead of engaging in a shouting match or a battle of wits, they could agree to consult an independent surveyor whose findings would serve as the objective criterion. Similarly, in a salary negotiation, referencing industry benchmarks, average salaries for comparable roles, or the company's financial performance can provide objective criteria for discussion, making the process less about personal demands and more about justifiable compensation. Roger Fisher's principles of negotiation provide a robust and ethical framework for navigating conflicts. By prioritizing relationships, understanding underlying interests, fostering creativity, and relying on objective standards, individuals and organizations can move beyond adversarial bargaining towards truly collaborative and sustainable solutions, proving that getting to yes doesn't require giving in, but rather a smarter, more principled approach. Thank you very much for your time.